I'm Dan, aka WhiskeyBeard, here with WhiskeyBacon TV. Today I've got Deb Shoval with us. How you doing?
Hi, Dan. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. It's a gorgeous day. Why not do it?
Yeah.
So we're going to learn a little bit about Fertile Ground CSA.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, sort of a little bit about you.
I knew I didn't want to go to college right after high school, and I really wanted to find something I was passionate about, I guess.
All right.
And I ended up seeing an ad about through the Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association, you could work and be an apprentice on a farm in Maine.
Okay.
I was 19 at the time. I'm 34 now, so that was a while ago. But I traveled up to Maine with my boyfriend at the time. We both went together, and we interviewed at a bunch of farms, and we chose this farm, Darthea Farm, that where the farmers there had been school teachers, and they were really committed to being educators.
Gotcha.
Bill and Cindy Thayer, and I was their 100th apprentice.
Oh, wow.
So every season they would take 2 or 3 people and really guide us. So one day I was like starting seeds in the greenhouse, and the next day I was slaughtering sheep, and the next day I'm making pesto, and the next day I'm making jam, and then we're planting cover crops and harvesting garlic. And so it was a really nice way to get a very full picture of what it means to grow food organically, basically. And then I think even right then I had this real daydream of coming home. I grew up in Kingston, Luzerne County, of coming home and starting a CSA. I think maybe the impetus to be like, now is the time, did have to do with fracking coming into the area, because I think I just feel like I hate seeing the coal industry basically happen all over again.
Right.
It's sort of, I understand people need jobs and people need to support their families, but it's very short-sighted economic opportunity. And so to be like, let's actually show an example of creating jobs that are truly sustainable, where why wouldn't there be more jobs out of this in 30 years rather than less? If we're making the soil better, why wouldn't we be able to grow more food in 30 years rather than none? So a lot of it's about just wanting to set an example of something positive and not be angry all the time.
What is the CSA? What is the idea of the CSA, and not just this one, but CSAs in general, and why is it a good thing?
Yeah. CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. It's a movement that's been around for about 30 years. Okay. And it basically is a membership farm or a subscription farm where people join at the beginning of the season, and they're really becoming members of a farm, meaning that they are taking the risks and the rewards of that farm. And every week throughout the season, the CSA members get a share of the crops.
And you talked about the risk and reward. Can you talk about a little bit about what happened last year? It was your first year. We got a lot of rain last year.
We had a lot of rain last year, and we're alongside Bowman's Creek, which flooded. And it has its pros and cons, because the reason that you want to be on farmland, which is near a creek or near a river, is ultimately for the benefits that you get in the long term of that flooding. It really builds soil fertility when you have flooding. When you have literally skeletons of fish coming and fertilizing your soil, that's about as basic as you can get, right? But in the immediate, the flooding was devastating. And so we did decide to end 6 weeks early, meaning we stopped giving away the produce, and we offered to our members that they could have the first 6 weeks free this season.
Is there anything else that you can think of that people should sort of know about Fertile Grounds in specific, or CSAs, or sort of your elevator pitch to the world?
I mean, we love partnerships. It's our partnership with the Lands of Hillside Farms has been amazing in terms of they're distributing our brochures and letting us keep extra produce in the cooler when people come late or something, and we are bringing more people to them by having our CSA pickup there. That kind of partnership. Same with the YMCA. They have a Healthy Foods initiative. And so when we said, can we have our distribution at the YMCA, they were like, yay, we want to be offering fresh produce. And we're like, yay, we want an air-conditioned space in downtown Wilkes-Barre. You know what I mean? So, whoever you are, if you're a restaurant, or if you are, we're definitely looking to connect more with parents, we're very much into building those partnerships.
All right, very good. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. That's it for this episode of WhiskeyBacon TV. See you next time.